In this episode, you're going to learn what you need to do in order to manifest something, how to notice the God clues in your life, and how to elevate the love in your relationships. Stay tuned.
You said more pro tips were coming, and I'd feel terrible if we just dove right into more Puerto Rican toilets without giving in some more pro tips. I'm gonna parlay off of what you just mentioned.
Wait,
Future journaling.
pirate parlay?
Oh yes, parlay. Parlay. Great movie. Good call. Good call. So the parlay into this is going to be future journaling. Yes, please do that. That's a genius idea.
Thank you. It works.
It does.
I don't know how it works.
It does. It
but
really
works.
does work. And I will say I haven't done that exact part as much as I probably should or want to. And I'm going to do some more of that tomorrow when I'm on a flight. But there is one thing, my pro tip of lifetime, that if you're listening to this and you haven't done it, you're welcome to message me or email me or post in your comments. The perfect week.
Tell me more.
Perfect week. So I have a lot of my individual coaching students do this where I go, you're a billionaire, liquid. It's in your bank account. What do you do all week? Write out for me and give me the breakdown per hour, please. What does your perfect week look like?
Breakdown per hour. I like that.
Per hour.
Well, once you've envisioned it, you've already been there.
You're already there.
So you've been in this space. This is your reality.
Yep. And you really have to think through it, AKA future journaling, right? And for them, a lot of people, what I notice is the third or fourth draft of this, it's heavy. It's so far removed from where they were. They can't even recognize this. But
is it third or fourth draft because they're actually getting honest with themselves?
Yeah, and I got to keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them. I go like, is that really your perfect week? Because for a lot of individuals, when we're thinking about our perfect week, we start off with a little bit better than I just don't work anymore. Right. But the dreams are gone. They're not. Monday, I wake up, coffee made by an award-winning barista, right? Beans that were just flown in last night from Colombia, hand-carved or whatever, I don't drink coffee. So they're made just for me. And then I have perfect coffee with my wife and kids. And then I hop on a private jet, fly to the Alps, ski down the Alps, snowboard down the Alps with Sean Green, professional snowboarder. And at the bottom, we go to the thing, we have the perfect drink, we have the steak, we eat, and then we have a podcast and we read, and then we go, right? And it's just generally that's 4 or 5 or 6 iterations of the perfect week. The very, very first step is like, I don't go to my job. And I read a book. It's just, I'm like, awesome. But this is an example.
Dream.
Yeah, this is an example of how you can start to dream. So if anyone wants to try that out, feel free to hit me up, because the perfect week and future journaling, it's such a wonderful place to put your mind, as you just said, as if. That's manifestation. That's what Eckhart Tolle said, right? If you begin to act as if, that is the most powerful thing you can do in all of creation.
And I want to piggyback on that because acting as if.
Yeah.
It's not fake it till you make it.
Yeah, what's the difference?
It's a little different because people who, the word manifesting can get really annoying really quick. I'm just going to say it because they're like, I just manifested it. I just sat there in my room and manifested a husband. Did you? Did you? Yes.
You didn't get on an app at all?
Well, we need to. That's my irritation is people who get stuck trying to manifest, which is like a lightning bolt, something into reality.
Yeah.
When you still have steps of faith that are showing the entire universe that you freaking mean it, showing God that you mean it. To take those steps means you actually have the faith that it's going to happen. And so when you act as if you're acting in accordance with
what would
that
happen.
dream being real.
Yeah.
And so if I believe that there is a wonderful husband out there for me, and I lock myself in my room and watch TV and never leave the house and Uber Eats everything, how would you actually meet that person? So if you believe that wealth is out there for you, you'll take steps that would be in the wealth creation process. If you believe that you have this wonderful life, you'll start acting like it. You'll start making the phone calls. You start reading the books because you believe that is your reality. It's available for you. You'll never be given something that you can't handle, right? And we've talked about that being too good. You'll never be given something too good that you can't handle.
Changed my life.
Or too bad. And that's huge. So if you want to start receiving, write this one down, then start preparing.
Whoa, okay.
If you want to start receiving, start preparing. And you can prepare your mind, you can prepare your life, you can prepare your body. The movie The Secret, which needs to be redone, but it's good.
Cheesy,
it still works.
It still works.
As cheesy as it is, it still works.
Yeah.
This woman would park in the middle of her garage. She filled up her closet and she kept believing for this man to come into her life. And she made room in that closet and believed that there's gonna be another car parked in this garage, so I need to clean it out. She started, again, even getting in alignment with that dream. And then she started going places that would potentially meet him, so on and so forth. So it's the same thing as acting as if you are ready to receive. You are here with open hands and an open heart, knowing it's coming.
Yeah, that's huge. Because that's not faking it to making it, right? That's you're dressing, you're wearing, you're buying, you're doing all things you can't afford, potentially.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
Right? Because acting as if you know me, and I think we know a lot of people who are relatively well off financially, that you probably couldn't even tell at first glance, right? They're probably in flippies, maybe, or shorts.
I was today.
Right? And you're just there, and like you don't have to have this persona, you already embody it.
Yeah.
So a great example, one that I would echo about the lady in the movie The Secret. So my wife, when she tells people all the time that she manifested a unicorn, which would be me, that's very kind that she calls me unicorn. But the point is, she was single for a very long time and she had been dating, but she went through all of the whatever woo-woo spiritual work on paper to quote unquote manifest. Now, pause. Then, after she did all of the on paper dreaming, believing, wishing, hoping, and praying stuff.
Getting clear on it.
Getting clear. Then she went to yoga, a very particular type of yoga, which is very intentional and very spiritual, 4 hours a day at 4 a.m. for 90 days.
Jeez.
Step one, right? That was step one. Step two, she got all of her exes out of her life, and anyone that she did not really align with, she told why she didn't align with them, and she was clear to them. She said, we cannot be together because. So she no longer beat around the bush. She took her black book and closed it, right? All the guys that are chasing her down, that they thought they had a chance with her, she said, no, we don't have a chance. This is why we're not going to work. Sorry. So she got really clear and moved everything out. And then she had a few suitors who would reach out like, hey, what's up, girl? And she was like, you're not my type. Sorry. And again, got very, very clear because she had such clarity.
She's a mega hottie.
She's so hot. So hot. And I'm still kind of blown away over here.
Oh, we were talking about in the car.
We literally were.
Don't mess it up, man.
But you're like, bro, really? You, dude? Okay. Don't know how you pulled it off, but well done. Yep. But she also did a lot of work, a lot of inner work, tons of tears, tons of crying, because she knew that she wasn't, like you said earlier, she wasn't a container to handle the kind of guy that she wanted.
Man.
And a lot of women aren't.
No.
Right? A lot of women are psycho, and they're not allowing their men to go be free and to go be the best male versions of themselves and go do all these things that men require, and vice versa, right? There's a lot of wacko dudes out there where the guys are all controlling and possessive and can't let their woman do their thing. So there's both ands and pieces. But if you want someone who is absolutely incredible, the person who is amazing and astounding and gorgeous and smart and talented, they're going to be going and doing all kinds of things. They're going to be on stage. They're going to be doing their speaking. They're going to have their own courses. They're going to have their own programs. And if you sit in jealousy and resentment and anger, you're not going to allow that person to soar.
Ooh.
So she did the work.
Yeah.
Right? Just like you had to do I always catch this part of the story, and not a lot of people do. You mentioned a story on the island. I won't tell the whole story, but there's a part where you're like, there was a vehicle that was on my vision board. And when I got to the island, there was that vehicle. Now, no one ever brings that up to you. But I always hear that part because it's interesting to me that you got so clear on the detail. Mm-hmm. You said, what type of vehicles do I want in my ultra wealth level of life?
Yeah.
And when you got that level of alignment, look what happened.
I think what's fun is when you take that time to sit and get clear and have these visions too, things appear that are going to resonate. And you don't even know that those are clues for you to know you're in the right place.
Right.
And so when I saw that island, I just looked at 4 other islands. Whatever. It's just another island. Mm-hmm. It's really expensive and beautiful. I thought my island would be in Haiti, so I was just pretending. But when I saw that truck, it made me say, oh man, I've seen this before. I'm resonating. This is part of my life. There's something. Truck Norris. That is an important clue to my future, is that Truck Norris lives on this island. And it sounds funny, but that's the thing about like living a life of faith and living a life figuring out what those steps are for you is you're given clues to know you're in the right place. And this was one of my signs to know, check, you're here. Okay, I'm going to start looking deeper. I'm going to start taking this more seriously. And so, good pickup on that. Most people don't understand that part of the story.
Yeah, well, I know you, and you mention it every single time.
Every time.
It's just like this, boom, boom. It's just part of that particular 20-second dialogue.
You're here.
Yeah, and I listen to that because the clues are there, and they're generally not the most obvious clues of all time, right? So for me, a random example was when I met Svet and we kind of reconnected. I had a Spartan race that I was supposed to be at also, and that Spartan race got canceled because of COVID, so I was flying out there and it didn't work out. Well, when I was there, she brought up the fact, she's like, hey, would you like to go do a mountain run with me? And I was like, it's funny that you asked me that because I owe the universe 12 miles and I got to go get those 12 miles in. And so she did end up running 4 miles with me. And you know the story. I leaned in at some point during this run to kiss her 4 miles in. I was like, is this my shot? I think this is my shot. This is a clue, right? I was like, this has to be a clue. I'm sweaty. She's a little sweaty.
Actually, I have not heard this story.
You haven't? Oh, no. You're going to love this. Okay. Well, yeah. So we're running. This is 3 days into us meeting, right? Because I'm stuck in Las Vegas. I have nowhere to go. Airports are shut down, hotels, Airbnbs. I'm still on her couch. So I'm running. I'm doing this 12-mile run that I owe the universe because I was going to do a Spartan race. But freaking Spartan race shut down. It's like, what are you guys smoking? Okay. It's a Spartan race and you're whatever. So it got shut down because of COVID, because, COVID. And there we are. We're at the Red Rock Canyon, I think it's called. Red Canyon Trail, something like that. Red Rock Canyons, yeah. And there's a 12-mile loop, which is perfect. She took me there. She's like, oh, I'd love to run with you. I'm like, oh, really? Wow, cool. So we go, we run, we're 4 miles in. And where endorphins are up. It's like a good workout. We've only been doing it for an hour. And I was there and I'm just looking at her. And I'm like, thank you so much for running with me. She's like, you're so welcome. And then I'm like, all right, this is it, right? I got to kiss her. Go in for the kiss. Boom. 90-degree face turn.
No.
Yeah.
Shunned.
Yeah. My girl yanked me. I was like, whoa. I'm reading. This is the best part. I'm reading this clue wrong. What? Like all the clues are here. Like what in the world is going on? So I was like, hey. I said, sorry if I rushed it. And I just kissed her on the forehead. I was like, I'm going to go finish my 8 more miles. And I guess I'll just meet you.
Run this steam off.
Yeah. I'm going to run off this embarrassment. So she goes back. She walks back, gets the car, comes, meets me at the end. I get her. And the best part is I finished the 8 miles before she gets back to the car and then drove around and picked me up. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to run as fast as I humanly can. So I got there. I was waiting for her. It's great. Anyway, I didn't learn this, Brittany, until like a year ago. I mean, this is a recent a little, whatever. We had some wine with some of her girlfriends and we're telling the story and she's just blabbing because 2 glasses in, blah, 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 blah. All the things. And she was telling the story. And she said, no, I pulled away because you had a giant booger.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But, when you're running, I'm trying to do nose breathing. And I just had a bug from 1987 in there.
Gross.
Yeah. And she's like, I didn't want my first kiss to be.
No. Oh.
So that's why she pulled away. Now, here's the best part. She had to give me more clues because I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to push it. Obviously, she's not into me. She doesn't like me that much. So later that week, she had to give me some like upper knee rubs when we're sitting on the couch.
Oh.
She had to go above the knee.
Oh.
Below the knee is obviously friend zone.
Okay.
You know, like you're just rubbing the shin at that point.
Were you sore from your 12 miles?
No. It wasn't a massage. It was like we were sitting on the couch watching a movie, eating some popcorn, and she puts her hand on my, upper knee.
Oh my gosh.
That thigh. And I was like, I guess we're back on. Because I thought, per the yank away. So I just laid it on hard the next 2 days, right? Music, wine, tango. I can tango. Fun fact.
Tango works.
Some dancing.
Tango works.
Yeah. Watched a movie or two, did the popcorn thing. And then, we had a makeout session before I left to Nashville.
There you go.
So the reason I was bringing up that fun little story is the clues, sometimes you'll see them and you'll be spot on and you can still get a little bit of pushback. Hashtag September 2017, right? The hurricane for you. It was like the clue.
A little bit of pushback.
You had 200-mile-an-hour winds. It was like pushing back on this giant dream of yours. The clues can be there, but realize them and take tiny action on them. And even if you get something that shifts, that's okay. And it's not always about you. I learned that day.
Oh.
I thought it was just me. I was like, no, it's just a booger.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock from this story. The dangling booger. It's so gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I got big nostrils, so
it happens.
It does. It happens to the best of humans.
It happens to the best of us. Dang.
And good friends like you. You've told me a few times, like, yo, dog, you got a cliffhanger. I'm like, thanks, Britt, for helping me out.
Real friends do that.
Yeah.
Real friends do
Why
that.
not? Why would you? You've mentioned my teeth a few times. Like, hey, you got some things in your teeth.
Thing.
Yeah. It's like good friends should do that.
Yes. It's love. It's love. Real quick.
Yeah.
We're talking about future journaling.
Yep.
We're talking about bringing things into reality. One of the things that has been helpful for me in the ups and downs of relationships I've really wanted to work out, specifically the one I'm in right now with my husband, is when things have gotten intense or we're fussing about something. Obviously, always his fault.
Always. For sure.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Just most of the time. When I'm like, especially if you're divorced, if you've been through divorce, if you've been through something really hard like that or a lot of heartbreak, you're triggered and you don't want to invest more time than you have to because it could be a waste and you're a fool and you're going to regret. Anyway, it starts flagging all the flags. One of the things that's helped me is future journaling our relationship, saying we are so happy and in love. This is how he holds me. This is how I treat him. This is how we feel. This is it. And I almost bring back into reality that long-term vision of what we're working towards. And the biggest thing that works for me is that I start acting in accordance to that vision. And so if I can calm down and start acting like this amazing wife, this amazing significant other, this dream person for him, because in this story, he's my dream person too. It's a Christmas miracle. He starts acting like that too. And so it's hard, especially I think for the woman, because we would like the guy to lead it and just be the one that sweeps us off our feet, even if we're acting up. And
right.
We really do. Just do that. That would work. But what I've learned is that people will always step up or step out. And if you start acting in accordance with the person that you want to be in that vision of your relationship for your lifetime, this person that you're with is going to step up and step out. And stepping out can be them turning on you and attacking you and finding a creative way to force you out as well. And so the right love will accept it and pull closer. The wrong love will leave and make room for the right love.
And that, Brittany, takes a lot of strength. I can only imagine. So I have a question about that I would love to ask you in the next episode. Is that cool?
I think we should talk about strength.
We'll see you there. You've heard it on the show so many times. We very often talk about investing, trading, stocks, the market. If you've ever been truly intrigued by the stock market, you likely know that I teach you and anyone in your family how to do this entirely for free. Go to broketowoke.com, scroll down to the bottom, and click on Real Life Trading, where you can go through all my free courses, all my free content, and you can learn how to propel your liquid investments to become a force for good. So you can give more, earn more, do more good, and really thrive in your world of finances.